I personally feel like I always lose to Lycan. It's always some last pick Lycan that just runs over my entire team.
Yeah,
So we'll
like
see how this goes.
the last pick Broods or like the last pick Huskars are a big
Yeah, just
surprise
some cheese
sometimes.
pick.
Yeah, just like the weird picks that are like they're so strong that people forgot about them in the sense that like it's situationally strong. But in this game with Xolotl, they've got a Lycan, they've got a Shadow Shaman, two good pushing heroes that are in the pool right here. So they want, yeah, Naga Siren's actually fantastic against this. It has a personal dispel, which is just the basic dispel that comes from Mirror Image, but Naga Song, stop the Bat Rider going through. You could stop the Lycan Ultimate from doing a lot of damage. And same thing with Ursa. Just all the heroes on Xolotl, they actually get cucked so hard from a Naga Song.
5 seconds remaining.
Excuse me, they get what?
Cucked.
Cut.
Well, what'd you think I said?
No, that's what I thought you said. I just wanted to hear you say it again.
What, is that not a word people use anymore?
I'm sure people still use it.
Oh, okay, I get it. I'm old, whatever. Get out of here.
I think the kids are saying yeeted now.
Yeah, I don't know how you could yeet a Naga Song, but what?
No, you just yeet the enemy team after you song them.
See, now I'm not a big memer, which is a very dumb thing for a caster to say out loud in the middle of a cast, but what the hell does yeet mean?
God.
You know what? No, don't explain it to me. I will go and Reddit it later.
Yeah, I refuse to have this conversation.
Or Twitch chat will have this conversation with me without me having it directly. But anyway, what are we looking for with the rest of Forward Gaming? At this point, I mean, this is a safe Naga, but if you want to be really, really dumb, you can run it mid Naga.
5 seconds.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you don't give that hero to Mr. Cool Common Collective.
Yeah, that's true. Unless they want to switch it up. You never know.
What's the offlaner? Either way, they're going to need an offlaner. What's their offlane right here? What's their pick they want?
There's no Tidehunter, which was, like, hard banned out. No, an Underlord, like, maybe? But
I was going to say you want something to hold high ground, but I don't think Underlord does that against Shaman, right?
Yeah.
You want something a little
neither
better.
Neither against the Lycan. They could maybe try Centaur, but like that just seems a little weak.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Big offlaners are going around right now. That's like my big question in my head is like, what is a huge offlaner that's not already banned in this game? Because Tidehunter is usually the go-to. They also want something that could still have some setup, too, is the problem here. Maybe you just go aggressive. Maybe you just pick some sort of aggressive hard lane farmer. Oh my god, I forgot about the whole Beastmaster meta.
Yeah, I forgot that hero existed.
Yeah, holy moly, that just whiffed over my head so hard there. Yeah, Beastmaster is actually definitely that one that holds the high ground, especially with that boar damage. It's really good. So now forward even have some counter push with this BM pickup. It's got decent survivability in the lane, so if Xolotl felt like just smacking him a bunch and smacking him around, then they could with the Razor. So now it's Razor mid then, right? And then Lycan safe.
I don't know, man. I don't think you want to put Razor against OD. I don't think
there's But do you want to put your Lycan against OD?
I think probably over Razor. But who's there? Do you remember who their mid player is? It's ESK, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Esk, so.
Yeah. So it's their mid Razor.
Because this is Ifrit Lycan. So.
Who's draft you liking right now?
I just, in this scenario, like, I like the amount of push that could come out from Xolotl, but, like, that's their game plan. They have to win before, like, the 35-minute mark. Afterwards, forward literally will win the game in any way, shape, or form. So I like forward strap because it has a better insurance plan to what this like patch, what this meta kind of like fits into right now is like heroes that can sustain the early to mid that could just win the mid to late. So I like forwards draft. The OD is still really strong, even with like Xolotl's picks that they went for after seeing the OD was picked up. So, and I like Naga Song.
Yeah, it feels the Beastmaster pick just feels weird here because one of the things you want Beastmaster for is to push early, right? With Primal, what's that spell called? Inner Beast. What's the aura called?
It's Inner
Beast. Is it Inner Beast? So one of the reasons you pick him is for Inner Beast and like Dominator, Necronomicon, that kind of thing. But what does he offer like mid game to keep them in it? Because that's their struggle, right? Is to stay in the game mid game and not just get high ground pushed at 20, 25 minutes. I mean, he's got boards, he's got axes, and he has a nice beekeeper piercing stun, but
this might be a game where it's not the like hard push Beastmaster that we're used to seeing in like the previous patches where, you know, he goes for some auras, he goes for the Necronomicon, and he just pushes down the lane extremely hard. But this might be a game where instead we see him go for like the Blink Dagger, Shadow Blade, Force Staff Mules, that kind of stuff. Just stuff to like help team fights get just dropped immediately. But yeah, I don't really think there's much. Yeah, I think it's just he's going for the it's going for not the push, basically.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Alright, so yeah. I think it's just he's going for. He did go for boar first.
I think you pretty much always do that, right?
Yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, because the boar damage is super good now, so yeah, it's gonna be the team fight Beastmaster. We'll see like the Blink, the Yules, the Force Staff, and maybe like the aura build up some. Like maybe a pipe. Maybe in this game Crimson Guard. So
yeah, that makes sense. So we're seeing 3 heroes bottom again. Do you think this is going to be a trial? Or do you think one of those heroes is gonna TP top?
I think one of them are gonna TP top.
Yeah, that's
sure.
three runes, 3-1 towards the die.
Yeah, so it'll be easy 3-1. They'll have the TP rotation going out. No doubt. Actually, there's no TP rotations, but in this scenario, I feel like seeing the 3 heroes that are now in the bot lane, we'll probably just have the Distruster going to the top. Naga Siren eventually.
Yeah, this Bat Rider has no. Wait, other casters can see my ping, so I should not be pinging.
I think it's fine because you know, we only saw 1 million pings go out in the previous game by MDL.
All right, cool.
That being said, though, it is MDL and it's MDL's tournament, so I think they could really say whatever they want and do whatever they want, right?
That's fair. Yeah. This skater here has no regen other than Clarity's. He's just gonna trade with this Wyvern, and I think oh, that boat just gonna heck off. Yeah, you're running for the board, dude. It feels so bad being a support player playing against that board, man. That slow just feels very blob, man. Yeah, this Ursa's gonna have such a better lane this game than he did last game, and he's got a lane he gets a Naga rather than a Bounty Hunter. This maybe he'll actually have a game this time.
There is a lot of aggression going out on the bot lane that for some reason I'm just not quick enough on my hotkeys to get to. So what lane do you think is going to be the big boy action lane where you're going to see like a lot of the potential kills and so on and so forth?
Probably bottom, right? Because you're not really, as a Naga, you're never going for kills, like pretty much ever. You're just existing. You're just getting farm.
Now, we do say that, though. Yano going after Kid Shrek with 6 stacks of Fury Swipes there. But, yeah, It does seem like bottom is going to be the kill potential lane, because Boar is just so strong. It actually, wow, that's a lot of poison damage. 16 at 1. This is basically like a ramified Nature's Prophet.
That's like 4 orbs of venom.
Yeah, that's like 4 orbs of venom on a ranged hero. Because isn't Orb of Venom on ranged hero worse?
It doesn't slow as much.
Ifrit slowed to every living Oblivion because of the Boar. But yeah, this is going to be a very hard lane for Lycan, and it's high kill potential in this bot lane. It's Winter Wyvern, Splinter Blast, just it
Hold
hurts.
up.
It just hurts.
Orb of Venom is 3 damage per second for 4% slow if you're a ranged hero. Please stop buying Orb of Venom on ranged heroes.
I will always buy Orb of Venom on ranged heroes.
So bad. Dude.
Well,
so
no, actually,
tilted
I
when
think
I see that.
I think right now a lot of ranged heroes are starting to switch from buying the Orb of Venom to just buying the what's it called? I call it the Desolator Orb.
The Blightstone.
Yeah, the Blightstone.
Yeah, I'm sure even. God, I don't know. It's what's the point? What are you doing with a 4% slow? You're taking away like 13 movement speed.
I mean, let's be honest. In most pub games, people go for that Orb of Venom because they might have a slow challenge on their Dota Plus thing.
That's fair, yeah.
But in like normal Dota, I can't imagine like what it really does for ranged heroes anymore. I can understand it getting on heroes like Ogre McGee or Spirit Breaker, like melee heroes that like yeah, like melee heroes, ES even like they just need that damage. They just need that slow, and like heroes that rely on that slow. But those are melees, so
yeah, it's
I don't
such a
see ranged
weird
heroes.
item. It's just like why? What other items just can't be built into anything that aren't consumables? Nothing. I don't think there's anything.
I mean, other than, you know, people spamming Wraithband, Null Talisman, those kind of things, but
Yeah, but those are combination items. Those are rest people's items.
you are one click away. Yano is 100% gonna dive for it. Dive, not die. If anyone misheard me, possibly. Yano, no glimpse of Ale from Kitrak, no mana, that is. Get it.
I don't know if you saw that big dick tree placement.
Yeah, I did see that.
Right
I
here.
did save him.
Nice iron branch, yeah.
I see it. Don't worry. Batrider, trying very hard to get the rune, is going to get denied by the good old smash from the Prowler. And
That's
I know
good.
I said that as if it was the meme, but still, whatever.
It's okay, still no first blood. You see, that would be a good time to be like, wow, that Batrider just got yeeted by that Prowler. Just so you know.
I don't think I could really ever say that word in maximum confidence.
I can do it for you, sir. Don't worry. That's what I'm here for.
You are the co-caster, after all. Well, there's a bottle on Pekin now, some bottle and boots. So, not the usual, like, clarities and one early Sage's mask that I like to see every now and again. Beastmaster might be in a bit of trouble here, but the slow response is going to be there, so Snaking not going to burn away ever so slowly this time.
So I'm just a tiny brain mid player. Why did people buy a bottle so frequently on supports now and on side lanes?
I think it's because these are heroes that are usually just going straight to make sure that the... Oh, good grief. I missed it up in top because I thought something was happening bottom. I think it's because people just, they're the most common heroes to go pick up the bounty runes, and if they're not going to run towards mid to grab a rune, they're like good utility runes to help like rotate and smoke, in the sense that you pick up an invis or a haste.
Gotcha,
Obviously,
yeah.
like, picking up a DD as a carry doesn't do anything, but you're a hero that spams a lot of spells that needs the mana for those exact reasons. And in this scenario with the Batrider, you know, he needs mana to cast Napalm, and since he only has 1.4 regen off of it, and with the 3-second cooldown, every 3 seconds he's at a net loss of like 13 mana or so. Obviously that doesn't really matter, but you know, Firefly is 120 and Flamebreak is 110.
Right.
So when you get down to it, he's just got no mana left available, and that's why you see these side laners going for like bottles extremely early. It's just,
So is this one of those things where you're like, hey, my mid's an OD, he's not buying a bottle, I should get one, or are you buying more than one either way?
I think there's a lot of scenarios where I've seen people end up buying double bottle anyway. I think in pub games, people will still just one bottle run it. But in the scenario that I've seen out of like the NA and SA, I usually see like 2 bottles. So it's usually on something like, for instance, like I wouldn't be surprised if the Beastmaster gets a bottle later because he's a hero that needs that specific thing to help do like the Roman ganks, and then he still has a fairly low mana pool for what spells he needs to be casting. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in general you definitely want to go for like you can definitely double bottle, but at the point where you have 3 bottles, that's not worth it because that's every bounty rune and then also the benefit rune.
Dire's top tower is under
So
Right, that makes sense.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
because right here, so if somebody else on Xolotl had a bottle, for example, the Bat Rider has one. If that Bat Rider was up at top, he could grab that Invis. If he was level 6, turn it around, and they would have been able to get the kill on Duar instead of where he is now banished with his ultimate hitting the air. You'd have an Invis on somebody that has an actual disable in comparison.
Yeah. Okay. I'm following. I'm up to speed.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But
Radiant structures
yeah, let's look
are
at the CS as chat is doing a lot of wows and what's going on here with the fact that CCNC is 36-9 to the Razors 15-16. Although up in top though, Hector is going to try and get a full duration shackles out of here. He's just getting clicked on ever so slowly, but he still will get the kill.
This Beastmaster's getting gone on bottom too. They like an ulted for it. He's very dead.
He looks pretty darn dead here. He will end up getting dropped. The Pika, very slow boy. That poison does go to work there. Actually, that's fantastic for this. Slow. But yeah, this looks very bad CS-wise for CCNC. I'm gonna go to the net worth chart and see how that plays out. Yeah, it's actually the Ursa at the top of the net worth this time at 3-6. I want to think he's gonna go directly for lifesteal, but this could be a blink rush if he really wanted to. Just find the first click. MSS though is trying to fly out of here, and he will fly out indeed.
So we talked about this a little bit. Actually, let's watch this fight first.
And we do see Pikachu getting jumped on by CCNC. There will be a Centaur stomp to save him, but that boar click is going to get the kill. And MSS still manages to die up in the top lane. Even the little tip goes out to Yano to get the banishment out on Hector. The immediate Hex is in response. The only thing he's got is Shackles, so he'll just keep on shackling. And now he's dead. Gitrek actually gets the kill, so that's more beneficial for him over than CCNC getting it, but pretty sure that was the objective, the return BM tip as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So we talked about this Sunday, Saturday, Friday. When did I cast with you?
You casted, I think you actually casted SA with me, because I wasn't casting yesterday, and I had Forge on
Yeah, it was Thursday, so it was actually a long time ago.
You were with me on the SA then.
Yeah, so we talked about this Thursday. Whenever you see a hero and you see a hero like Beastmaster, like that's kind of your ideal scenario. Well, I don't want to say ideal. That's a nice scenario to be a Winter Wyvern in. You know, he's got his summons. He's his first item Dominator with no boots. You like seeing those big ults after that. What we saw Thursday was this Wyvern just waiting so long that he would just die every fight without casting his ult. So hopefully we don't see that today. You just want to, like, these huge ults are really easy to come by as a Wyvern. You just need to actually cast the spell.
Yeah, I think in this scenario there's definitely a lot of things that'll help him get it in this game in comparison to our previous one that you're commenting about. Because there was a lot of stuff that they could just jump in there, they could get the stuns, and then they're just dead, and moves on from there. After that, in this scenario, I think it's a lot easier for them to get the ults off, because Razor's not actually like max ranged hero, he's actually mid-ranged, but he's still ranged. Goes the Roar out on to Bat Rider to prevent the lasso from happening there. CCNC is going to banish him for the time being, but that being said, that Roshan is still going to go down indefinitely here. The Bird's actually watching the whole thing. MSS trying to get that cheeky ult in there, but not going to find it. And Pika actually is not going to get hit by that by the Winter Q there, because the uphill miss exists in Dota too. I think there's a lot of opportunities that's a little bit easier for Winter Wyvern to get the ult off in this game, because in that game in particular, I don't know if it was like a Storm Spirit or something like that, but it was something that had a Blink Dagger Force Staff that you were able to just remove any like chance of casting a team fight ability in that game.
Yeah,
And in this
remember.
In this game, I think the closest thing you'll get is a it's the Blink Dagger Basher that comes out from Ursa, and maybe like Shackles, but like how long? It's gonna be a long time until Shaman has like Blink Dagger himself. So
yeah, he's at Tranquil Boots Wards at 13 minutes.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's gonna be a while until he has a Blink Dagger, but once that is the case, then we could expect a lot more of those Winter Wyvern ults not to be coming out, and just like never seeing them. Batrider was in that game though, but Batrider was not the reason why they weren't able to get that ult off, because remember, they bought an Aghanim Scepter and there was Legion and Winter in the same game.
Yep.
So Pika, he's going to find MSS, level 8, be level 8. I don't think anyone's there for any sort of immediate response, but he will lasso him and put him under the flames. He'll start burning away slowly, and the cocktail will go come out, trying to get at least the split, but not going to happen. Yeah, baby, indeed. Smoke up on Xolotl. They want to maybe try for the Naga. That's going to be in bot here, but looks like they might run into Kittrack first, who scouts the DD rune. Hector. This is the downside. Oh no, this is going to be huge for them. They get the jump on Snaking. The glimpse is there, but it's not enough, and they get the Shaman wards on Kittrack, and he just slowly gets bipped away, but back up in top, we are seeing OD rotate in. Pika 2 is going to spot CC and C. He will drop a shot of the drums here, and now it looks like Pika is going to go down here. Oh no, they're not actually. Now Ifrit is... what's going on here? This is a very cocky re-engage, disengage? Engage? Disengage. Got it. So...
It's a lot of gold going towards that Wyvern too. He got the kill on the dominated creep.
That's 200 gold. That's okay, so I know it's not phase boots, because it is the medallion, but like my first thought is I saw a Sage's mask, I saw boots of speed, and he's got the chainmail linked, and he didn't have the Blightstone yet. My first thought was like, is he building phase boots?
The Wyvern.
I'm like, wait a minute, hang on there.
It's a good use of that 200 gold he just got.
Let's go ahead and look at the net worth, as we do see
bad.
Razor now, actually. Big smoke rotation. Forward, they want to try and get the jump here. Do they have net? Yeah, no net available, so.
The Razor caught him, or he saw him, though. The OD smoke got broken while he was cold embraced.
So, top of the net worth, though, is still going to be the Ursa, with the Aegis now being a farming Aegis. Basher is going to be his next play here with the Blink Dagger. This is primary item here, and now we do have the rest of Ifrit's crew hanging out in his top lane. They are going to... I think they're going to sack this tier 2, and they're not going to do anything about it. Yeah, this is a sacked tier 2. Naga was going to go for a Manta, who, by the way, is now 3rd in the net worth, but now we are seeing the Diffusal Blade being the next item instead. So the Asha, good enough. There's a lot of armor after all. Still like to see, even as core Naga, at least like one value point in Snare, because like it's in Snare.
Yeah, he's just... I feel like he's so far... Like, I feel like he should be way ahead of where he is right now, though, right? Like, you're a carry who hasn't touched a hero, like, outside of the lane. And he's 2nd in net worth. He has no points in his non-farming skill. So what's keeping him so far behind? Are they pressuring him in the jungle? Am I missing something?
I think it's just since the top tier 1 and now the tier 2, but at the time the top tier 1 went down, The big thing with getting like the tier 1 tower up in top lane, so this is a little knowledge for you. As soon as the tier 1 tower in top lane goes down, you basically get this amount of map domination immediately as soon as that happens. And, you know, they got that tier 1 extremely early. So as soon as that tier 1 tower went down, they were given like the immense map domination of like the dire farming triangle that is their jungle almost immediately. And the only way they could farm was to take out their own tier 1 and tier 2 in the opposing bot lane. So as soon as that tier 1 tower goes down, they basically controlled that portion of the jungle. And that's why you saw as soon as that happened, they went to go and try to do the same thing down in bot, in which now that they have their jungle controlled, they can have the farm now. Versus where Xolotl, when they got it down early, they were able to farm their own jungle much quicker. Which might be a reason why he's behind. The other reason is he actually, there's only been one time I've seen it, he's songed out defensively to farm up in the top lane, or up in the top jungle, but there were no creeps in the jungle because Ursa just swept it.
Gotcha. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a couple of scenarios, but like the big thing with getting that tower is that map domination. Usually you like to get the mid tower as well, so then it's like a perfect control, as you can see with my poorly drawn line. Usually like when that tower goes down, you get that amount of map domination, but with that tower still being there, it's just that much. But that still gives you a lot of camps.
How do you feel about this Drums Radiance Razor?
I do not like it.
No?
I'm okay with like Radiance. I usually wouldn't be okay with it seeing like on a Razor, but I guess in the game where the only other melee is an Ursa, because the Lycan's always going to be on a tower, the only other melee that's like going to be up in someone's face all the time is going to be Ursa. And since he's usually like the Blink Dagger Basher, which by the way is coming in the courier now, Kit Track immediately removed. There is a Disruptor Kinetic Field going down, as well as a Roar, and they are going to bring back in the Disruptor. There's the good Winter Wyvern ult, and it's on the transfer with the Transformed Lycan, but they do manage to get two, though. Snaking goes down, the buyback expended for Disruptor, and they're not going to get back in there in time. But Naga is farming in the bot lane in the meantime, so they're actually just sweeping. So, I mean, definitely worth it for Xolotl to get, but they're not getting any objectives with this. They dropped their Serpent Ward, so there's no towers they can get. I mean, they can get mid, actually, with just the help of... Or Orjana can just walk directly through the mid here. Oh, because they want to try to get the hero's bottom here. But they do have Song available, so they could just Song TP out. And, oh, there's the first hit bash immediately. There's the value point of the... Oh, well, now you think. They do manage to get Kid Track, though. That is a dieback, but at the same time, if the Razor respawn anyway. BCC coming in with the Blink Dagger. They do manage to get the Banishment. No net available for another second here, and that's what they're really basing this on. On top of the Shrine now healing up. The Bat Rider's still floating around. The Lycan off to the side, but no ult at 28 seconds, though. He will enrage. To at least not get hit by that net there. They are... Is this a hero in the Banish? This is not. This is just a creep.
So this is the same question as last time we had a Naga. Can they hold off long enough for this Naga to be a hero?
I think in this game, since you have like something like a Beastmaster and an OD, which are stronger team fights than I think what we had last time, because last time I don't think it was something like an OD and a Beastmaster. I think it was like a Troll and like a Bounty or something. Like, they had much worse disables. I think in this game, Yuar can easily get the farm back up here, so long as he doesn't get bashed into oblivion by Ursa every time. Though Ursa now with no mana, no HP, getting absolutely destroyed by the hammer will be going down. So, in this scenario, I definitely think they do have the recovery just because the rest of their heroes can actually do something in comparison to what we saw in the previous game. Winter Wyvern ult being expended onto the Razor. This will allow Snaking to TP out. No, it won't. He goes down actually to the Razor passive, which will clean him up, but at the same time, CCC will clean up a double with the Disruptor ult going down as well. Hector's still trying to find something. Ifrit managing to kill Kid Track with creeps. But it looks like Hector caught on the sidelines here.
He's got no mana.
Yeah, CCC with no mana. He's doing the old-fashioned clickety-do, and it will be a rampage for him. I didn't even see that.
Cool, calm, and collected haters. Where you at?
So now it's back into forwards ball field here as we can look at the net worth graph as we see it was up for Xolotl for at least a 3K-ish average, and then after that team fight, after that long extended period of time, just immediately drops.
Yeah, so, you don't want to see that Xolotl. You don't want to see your early game lineup getting rampage at 21 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So,
oh, yikes.
Sad boy.
So what is this Razor building with plate mail? Is he going Shivas, you think? You think that's he's just going straight up AoE magic damage? That's his build?
For now, I want to think it is going to be a casual plate, so he could decide to figure out if it's like an AC or if it's going to be a Shivas, but I'm like 92% sure it is going to be a Shivas, so. Because, you know, he's got the Radiance. It seems like it's the just go for magic damage game. He didn't go for the static link damage steal. I don't know if you usually go for the static steal. That unstable
I'm
current
actually not sure
is
either.
actually pretty good either way. But,
yeah, that's a Norma Venom. That's what that is, or a counter or counter Orb Venom. Excuse me.
While smoking in, they were thinking about Roshan. The scan is not gonna find them. They are outside the Roche pit, and Pikachu just burning out the outside here. They are gonna find the Lasso, but it's not gonna be enough. In fact, they get the Winter Ult out on the Ursa, but they drop Static Storm and Kinetic Field, so that's gonna slow it down. But there goes the Roar as well. They get that easy kill, but at the same time, oh boy, they got the mid tower. Big whoopity-doo. CCNC is going to go ahead and banish himself, the Naga-san, to slow it down a little bit, to clean up the illusions. They could easily get a fight off of this. Kinetic Field goes down. They do have CCNC just out of there. Now it just... Okay, there goes the hammer. Esk, though, might try to find this kill on CCNC. They are sending off the Dagon Creep, but there is no Shrine available for this one, so Esk just clicking away. He's got a lot of HP and a lot of burn damage there, but banished now. I think he might be okay. Well, he was okay for 18 HP, and then he's down again. Now they bring Ifrit in as well. They're looking for the kill on Hector. Ifrit getting clicked down, and that is 5 dead, and nobody died. Everybody at extremely low HP. I'd say that, though, CCNC, he will blink out of that one. He was close to dying to those crips. All them crips.
All them crips.
So, forward gaming, barely getting out of their lives.
This Wyvern has a full Solar Crest too. The Solar Crest is doing so much work.
Yeah, it actually is with the getting that attack speed. Wow, voice crack. Getting that attack speed that OD doesn't have because he went for the 250 HP again. So in this scenario, I like it a lot.
It's slowing down the everyone else's attack speed too. Like Cassie on that Lycan there slowed his attack speed down to nothing.
Mm-hmm. 80%. Alright. Now we see the Naga at the top of the net worth. This is a very different game in comparison to our last Naga game, because the Naga wasn't actually top net worth either.
No, she was very, very behind.
She was like 4th-ish. So, in this game, it looks like Naga's in a much better scenario. The Fusel Blade with the Manta, and he's like extremely close to Heart. Get that Reaver. I say extremely close. It's still a pretty expensive item.
We also saw the Naga skip Heart last game. I think he went Scotty instead.
That's true. It was a Scotty, I remember.
It gives you, I guess, what is it? It makes you more offensive because you have the Scotty, obviously, you have the slow and stuff, but he was being more aggressive, like building with his items, while being more passive, like not pushing, just farming stuff. So, I don't know. This one makes a little more sense to me. I think I like Heart better this game as opposed to Scotty anyway. They have enough lockdown without a Scotty.
Yeah, there's already enough damage with the rest of forwards lineup. Especially the factor that they do have the so OP Solar Crests, so...
You're about to have the Hex on the OD as well, which will help with your Ursa. I don't even want to call it an Ursa problem. It'll help with the Ursa hero.
Yeah. Ursa will be hexed up. That'll just prevent any BKBs from ever happening, which he doesn't have yet, but that BKB will be the big changer for Yano in team fights. No, he's still quite a bit of ways away, 800 gold. So, There's the Hex already, though, so forward is already prepped for the eventuality of a team fight here. Looks like they're going to go for the Roshan. This will be a cheese. Is there a ward to scout this out? No, but I'm like 83% sure that they know they're there. In fact, CCC jumps out with a blink, is going to be disarmed immediately by the Batrider Lasso, but there's no follow-up damage immediately coming out here, and the Glimpse is actually going to bring him back into the kinetic field, and now the song goes down. They'll clean up the four wards, and that's just enough time for them to re-engage if they want to. Static Storm gets thrown down purely to just try and slow down the now dead Ifrit, looking for Yano possibly. They're trying to find another hero here, but it looks like the closest person is going to be Pikachu. Turns back into kinetic field as well. Outside the Roche pit, this one dead boy. And now they're going to clean up this Roche.
This is something we saw last game too from actually the same exact player. Is you're the initiator, but you initiate like 10 seconds too early or so, where your team has no follow-up. And on a hero like OD, who can just imprison himself and blink out, you have to initiate at the time where someone can follow up.
Ursa glimpse back into the death, rest of the team. So yeah, like you were saying, there's just the low initiation attempt. There's just not enough damage to follow up. But yeah,
like it's great when you get this big pickup on. You get the pick off on. I don't want to call it a pick off. He didn't die. You find the OD, you drag him up, but there was nobody. Like the closest here was like here. Like there was no one to follow up. So he just walked away. He just got out. Doesn't matter if you get the stun if you can't do anything with the stun. Well,
AP rotation. Well, I say rotation. There's nobody down in the bot lane. But yeah, there's just it feels like a very hard game for Xolotl now.
Yeah, Xolotl's on full defense mode with their early game heroes. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how Xolotl comes back.
Yeah, because now we have the heart on Yawar. Age is still up and ready, obviously, because we just got it. And then a butterfly is going to be the next thing. So still defensive aggression items. That is what we like seeing in this Naga instead of just like the Scotty from the previous games. Because I think, you know, Heart Butterfly is probably the best combo that I like to see from a Naga Siren. Obviously, there's like other ways you could do this. Like some of them still build the Vanguard into like the Basher, or like the Scotty, which is obviously the option I'm talking about not going for. Forward.
I'm sure right now he has the survivability. The butterfly just gives him the damage, and I mean obviously a little survivability with evasion.
So forward smoked up on the remaining, around the remaining tier 2 tower. Yano up in the top lane. Oh, they almost find him, but is that still a... Yeah, that's a pathable tree line there, if they went that way. But
yeah, he's very, very gone though.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows the tree line pathways anyway, one way or another. Maybe you thought that everybody was going to that left instead of right. All right, well, I want to think we're... Oh, Pikachu. It's gonna be diffused,
nice
so there is gonna be no
it.
lasso this time. In fact, they might catch him off, and he's dead.
Yeah, that's a nice little pick off.
Yeah, that's the Manta style coming in there with the max amount of damage coming out. I think he got 3 Riptides out of like the 6 attacks that he got. Right. Fly back out from the Batrider. We want to defend this tier 3. They sent in 1 set of illusions and maybe 2 right clicks from Yawar, and it's already at half HP. Glimpse the Razor into kinetic field. No static storm to follow though, and there's the static storm as well as the hammer going down. A lot of mana going down immediately though. Ursa trying to find at least 1 pickup, but the song! This is what I'm talking about. The song can go through it, resets every and any team fight you ever want to do, and then the kinetic field goes down, just removing Xolotl's team from this game. There is no buyback available for either of these 2 cores. They're going to start clicking down this mid here. War's not done though. They do find the banish out on Hector, and Hector is 1 dead boy.
You still got the Wyvern if they try to defend for whatever reason.
But the only one alive is the Batrider, who now is hexed up and glimpsed back onto their tier 3 top here. But forward gaming, they're like, yeah, we've got this game in the bag, and we still have Aegis anyway. And like you were saying, we still have the Winter ult, so they still have a lot of ways to come back from this if they wanted to try and engage. But the first hero that's going to be up is the Ursa in 10 seconds. I think the Aegis is down, or the tower is going to be down in 4 seconds. So.
Yeah, this is another game where we're seeing people just not saving buyback. It's 32 minutes and none of your cores have buyback. And they're not diebacks, they just didn't save for it.
Right. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Forward Gaming will move ahead into the finals of the lower bracket. That's right, we're not done yet, but I'm done, and so is Satan. So thank you so much for having us for both the SA regional qualifiers and the NA regional qualifiers. Satan, anything you want to say before we shut off?
Nope, it was a pleasure casting, lads. CNC haters, where you at? That's all I got.
Alright, well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you tune in and go to, I believe it's on BTS 1, where we will see Forward Gaming versus the victors of that series. I don't know who they are, I have not looked yet. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time for some more Dota 2 actions. PartyPetee and Satan, signing off for good.